Hello, hello, and a very warm welcome back to all of you in our wonderful Lively Later Life family. You've tuned in to the Lively Later Life channel.
Great to be here.
We're your essential guide, really, for navigating this fantastic stage of life. Our whole mission here is keeping your mind vibrant, keeping that spirit engaged, and making sure your golden years are as rich and fulfilling as they possibly can be.
Absolutely. It's all about embracing the moment.
It really is, and we're just so delighted you've decided to spend some time with us today for another, well, deep dive.
And it's shaping up to be a really fascinating one today, I think. We're going to peel back the layers on something that truly connects the joy in our hearts with the health of our minds.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
We're exploring finding your purpose, how meaningful hobbies keep your brain young. And this isn't just, about filling time. It's about discovering what really lights you up inside, and by doing that, actually strengthening your brain.
That hits home for me, honestly. If you ask me where the time goes, it's when I get my hands dirty in the garden. There's just something so grounding about it. I was just visiting my friend Margaret, actually. She has a plot in this wonderful, bustling community garden over in Richmond, just outside Vancouver.
Oh, lovely area. Yes.
And she spends hours there, truly hours, every week. We were watering her tomato plants the other day. They're incredible, honestly, reaching for the sky. And she turned to me, dirt smudge on her cheek, big smile, and said, it's so much more than just growing vegetables.
What does she mean by that?
Well, she said it's about feeling connected, really connected to the earth, to the rhythm of the seasons. And she added, most importantly, to the laughter and the stories with the other gardeners. She genuinely said, it gives me a reason to get up and go, a real sense of belonging every single morning.
Margaret's story is it's perfect. It really captures the essence of what we're digging into today. There's this common idea, isn't there, that hobbies are just sort of pleasant distractions, something nice to do when work winds down or the kids are grown.
Yeah, like a bonus activity.
Exactly. But the science, it paints a completely different picture, a much more powerful one. Actively pursuing something meaningful, something that genuinely speaks to you. Well, that's not just leisure. It's actually one of the most impactful and enjoyable things you can do for your long-term brain health.
So more than just nice to have.
Oh, much more. It keeps you mentally sharp, definitely. But it also actively reduces chronic stress, and stress is a huge factor in cognitive decline, a silent one often. And maybe, most importantly, it builds those vital social connections. Keeping those connections strong is absolutely crucial for a resilient, sharp mind as we get older.
It really does put a new spin on things, doesn't it, Lively? Later Life family. Maybe take a second right now. If you feel comfortable, just close your eyes for a moment. Let your mind drift. Is there a hobby you've always sort of secretly wanted to try, but maybe never quite got around to it?
Or perhaps one you're already doing.
Yes. Or maybe you're already deep into something. What is it that brings you that real joy, that sense of purpose? Does it connect you with others? We'd genuinely love to hear about it. Please share it in the comments below. You never know, your passion might just inspire someone else.
That's really what today is all about. Our mission here is to empower you, our listener, to start that journey. Maybe it's discovering something new, maybe it's rediscovering something old.
Right.
We want to help you find that purpose-driven activity, something that doesn't just, make your days brighter with simple pleasures, but actually sharpens your mind, keeps it agile, keeps it working well.
So the goal is, it's ensuring later life isn't just comfortable, but really meaningful, connected, vibrant.
Exactly that. Meaningful, connected, and vibrant. So let's dive in together, shall we? Let's uncover the science and the joy behind these amazing pursuits.
Okay, let's really get into the nuts and bolts then. The big question, why? Why are hobbies and that sense of purpose, which can sometimes feel a bit hard to pin down, can't it? Why are they so incredibly important for our brain health? What's actually happening upstairs when we, lose ourselves in painting or playing music or fixing things?
It's a fantastic question, and the answer is really quite layered.
Yeah.
It's fascinating because the benefits aren't just one thing. They come from several key scientific mechanisms all working together. It's like a whole symphony of positive things happening in our brains and bodies.
The symphony, I like that. Okay, so what's the first instrument in this brain orchestra?
All right, first up, let's talk about neurochemical release. This is a big one. When you really immerse yourself in something you love, something that genuinely makes you happy, your brain rewards you. It releases this wonderful cocktail of feel-good chemical.
Ah, the happy chemicals.
Yeah.
Like dopamine?
Exactly like dopamine, often called the pleasure chemical, but it does more than that. It's key to the brain's reward system. It basically tells your brain, hey, that was good, let's do that again, so it motivates you.
Creates a positive loop then.
Precisely. And then there's serotonin. Serotonin is crucial for regulating your mood, but also sleep, appetite, lots of things. Now, releasing these isn't just about getting a quick mood lift, though that's certainly nice.
Can't complain about a mood lift.
Not at all. But critically, these chemicals help counteract the negative effects of stress and anxiety. And this is so important because chronic stress, that nagging, lingering kind, it's a major player in cognitive decline. It can literally wear down your brain, especially areas vital for memory like the hippocampus.
Wow. So hobbies are like a natural stress antidote.
In a way, yes, an enjoyable one. By engaging in things you love, you're essentially bathing your brain in these protective, mood-boosting chemicals, fighting off the damaging effects of stress. You're fostering a healthier internal environment. And here's something really interesting. Your brain often starts releasing these chemicals, not just during the activity, but even when you're simply thinking about it. Just anticipating that woodworking session or looking forward to your choir practice.
Really? Just thinking about it?
Yes. That little thrill of anticipation, that's your brain already starting the reward process. It gives you something tangible to look forward to.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
our brains are basically cheering us on before we even start. Does the type of hobby matter? Like, does solving a really tough Sudoku give you the same chemical buzz as, say, quietly knitting?
That's a great question. While both are beneficial, the mix and perhaps the intensity might differ slightly. That Sudoku, with the challenge and the aha moment of solving it, might give you a sharper hit of dopamine linked to achievement.
Right, the reward buzz.
Exactly. Whereas something like knitting or maybe a peaceful walk in nature might encourage a more gentle, sustained release of serotonin, promoting that feeling of calm and well-being. It really highlights the value of having different kinds of hobbies, doesn't it? They nourish different parts of our system.
Different flavors of brain food.
Yeah.
Okay, so chemicals are one part. What's next in the symphony?
Next, let's talk about cognitive engagement. This is the mental workout aspect. Hobbies, almost by definition, require you to learn new things, solve problems, stay mentally active. It's deliberate but hopefully enjoyable work for your brain.
Like brain gym, but fun.
Pretty much. Think about learning a new recipe, especially a complicated one. You're using your working memory for ingredients and steps, you're sequencing, doing things in the right order, maybe even doing quick calculations if you need to adjust quantities.
Okay, I can see that.
Or picture planning a garden layout. That involves spatial reasoning, figuring out where things fit. It involves planning ahead, thinking about sunlight, how big plants will get, and problem solving, how to make the best use of the space.
True, there's a lot going on there.
And crafting. Following a complex knitting pattern, or maybe quilting. That requires incredible focus, pattern recognition, fine motor skills, sustained attention. It's demanding.
It really is. So what's the payoff in the brain for all this effort?
The payoff is huge. These activities aren't just filling time, they are actively building and strengthening new connections between your brain cells, new neural pathways. This is what scientists call neuroplasticity.
Ah, yes. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt.
Exactly. It's your brain's amazing lifelong capacity to reorganize itself by forming new connections. Think of it like paths in a forest. The more you use a path, the clearer and stronger it becomes. Learning new skills through hobbies literally forges new, strong pathways in your brain.
So you're not just using existing paths, you're making new ones.
You got it. It keeps your brain flexible, adaptable, resilient. It prevents your thinking from getting stuck in old ruts. In fact, studies have actually shown that engaging in these kinds of mentally stimulating hobbies can lead to an increase in gray matter, the brain's processing centers, particularly in areas linked to memory and learning.
Wow, so you can actually build a better brain through hobbies. That's not just preventing decline, that's growth.
Precisely. It's an active investment in your cognitive future. It's incredibly empowering when you think about it that way.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have brain chemicals, cognitive workouts. What else?
The third key element is stress reduction. We touched on this with the neurochemicals, but it really deserves its own focus because chronic stress is so damaging.
Right. You mentioned cortisol.
Yes, cortisol. When stress keeps going, cortisol levels stay high. And over time, high cortisol can actually damage brain cells, particularly in the hippocampus, that vital memory center we talked about. It can even shrink it.
Shrink your memory center. That's alarming.
It is, which is why managing stress isn't just about feeling calmer, it's about physically protecting your brain's structure. Hobbies act as a fantastic buffer here. They provide a healthy escape, a mental sanctuary.
A place to switch off the worries.
Exactly. You can get absorbed, disconnect from the pressures. Psychologists sometimes call this a state of flow. You're so into what you're doing that time flies, you forget yourself. It's deeply engaging.
I know that feeling. When you look up and hours have passed.
That's flow. And when you're in that state, your stress hormone levels drop significantly. It gives your mind a chance to recharge, reset, repair itself. This regular mental break is invaluable. Think of it like a regular detox for your brain.
That makes a lot of sense. But, I can imagine maybe someone who's been very career-focused or always busy with family, feeling like just playing with a hobby is unproductive, maybe even a bit selfish. How do you get past that mindset, especially if stress is already high?
That's a really common feeling and totally understandable. It often comes from years of thinking productivity means only external achievements like work or chores. The key is to reframe it.
Reframe it how?
Recognize that taking care of your brain is productive. Engaging in a hobby isn't idle time. It's essential maintenance. It's producing a healthier, more resilient brain. It's reducing your risk of future problems. It's boosting your mood so you can engage better with everything else.
So it's an investment, not an indulgence.
Perfectly put. It's an investment in your well-being. And you don't have to start big. Maybe just 15 or 20 minutes a day doing something you enjoy. Notice how you feel afterwards. Your brain will quickly learn to associate that activity with feeling good, which makes it easier to keep doing it.
Start small, feel the benefit, build the habit. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the final piece of this puzzle?
The final and arguably one of the most powerful pieces is social connection. So many hobbies naturally bring people together.
Like Margaret in her community garden.
Exactly. Think of the chat in a gardening club, sharing tips, celebrating successes, or the supportive atmosphere in a painting class, sharing ideas, maybe gentle feedback, or a book club discussion. This connection with others is incredibly important. Loneliness is a major risk factor for cognitive decline, seriously. Studies compare its negative impact to things like smoking or obesity.
Wow, that's significant.
Yes. Being socially connected isn't just nice, it's protective. When you interact with others through a shared interest, you're stimulating your brain in complex ways, reading social cues, understanding different perspectives, using language, maybe collaborating.
It's a workout in itself.
It really is. It gives you that sense of belonging, shared purpose, emotional support. All of that contributes massively to overall well-being, which in turn supports sharp thinking and emotional resilience. It's like wrapping a brain workout in a warm hug from your community.
That's beautiful. So putting it all together,
Mm-hmm.
hobbies aren't just fluff. They're not a luxury. They're really, truly essential for a healthy, vibrant later life. It's strategy, not just fun.
Absolutely. I like to use an analogy. Think of your passion, your hobby, as the essential fuel for your brain's engine.
Okay.
Like a car needs the right fuel consistently to run smoothly and avoid breaking down, your brain needs that consistent supply of joy, challenge, engagement, and connection that hobbies provide. It's the high-octane fuel your mind needs to operate at its best, stay in peak condition year after year.
Without that fuel, the engine sputters.
Exactly. With it, you're not just getting by, you're thriving. You're running smoothly, powerfully.
That's a really strong image. Okay, so we get the why. We understand the science now, how hobbies feed our brains. But the next step can feel big. How do we actually find our fuel, our passion? Maybe you're listening and feeling inspired, but thinking, okay, where do I even begin? It can seem like a huge menu with too many options.
It can feel overwhelming, that's true. But the search itself can be part of the fun, and often the best clues aren't far away. Sometimes it's about looking back or just noticing what's right in front of you.
Okay, so what are some practical starting points?
First, I really encourage you to reflect on your childhood interests. Seriously, think back, way back. What did you absolutely love doing as a kid before life got complicated?
Let me think.
Were you always drawing, building things, Lego, models, forts, maybe collecting stamps, rocks, leaves? Were you lost in books, writing stories, playing music, spending hours exploring outdoors?
I remember loving just taking things apart to see how they worked. Radios, clocks. Drove my parents mad.
Huh. See? That tells you something. Maybe about mechanics, problem solving, understanding systems, those early passions, those things we did just for the sheer joy of it before anyone told us we had to be good at them. They often hold really important clues about our innate interests. Life pulls us away, but rediscovering them can be incredibly rewarding.
That's a great point. My fort building.
Ugh.
Maybe that points to design or architecture, even on a small scale. Interesting. Okay, so look back. What else?
Second, observe your current daydreams and natural interests. Pay attention to where your mind wanders when it's free. What do you find yourself thinking about? When you browse online or flip through magazines, what catches your eye?
You mean like what rabbit holes do I fall down?
Exactly. Are you always looking up recipes, pinning home decorating ideas, reading travel blogs, watching history documentaries? Maybe you find yourself humming tunes or tapping rhythms. These aren't random. They're your brain pointing towards things that genuinely intrigue you. They're strong hints about potential hobbies just waiting to be explored.
So pay attention to the mental browsing.
Okay. And third, and this one's really important, embrace trying something brand new. And here's the key. Let go of the need to be good at it right away. That pressure is a killer for exploration.
Right, the perfectionism trap.
Totally. So sign up for that pottery class you've wondered about. The goal isn't to make a perfect vase on day one. Spoiler alert, you probably won't. The joy is in feeling the clay, focusing your mind, the surprise of creating anything.
The process, not just the product.
Yeah, exactly. Or join a hiking group. It's about the fresh air, the exercise, the views, the company, not about being the fastest hiker. Try learning a language online, just a few words a day. The benefit is in the challenge, the learning itself, those small wins. It's all about the journey of discovery, even the slightly awkward first steps.
That's such a fantastic tip and something I really believe in. Don't put that pressure on yourself, everyone, to find the one perfect hobby immediately. It's not a competition. Just explore, try things out, see what sparks your interest, what makes you feel alive. Honestly, that process of trying things, figuring out what clicks for you, that's a huge part of the fun itself. It's an adventure.
And then once you find something you enjoy, there's another layer we can add. We can move from just enjoying a hobby to finding real purpose in it. This happens when you connect that personal passion to something bigger than yourself.
Okay, how do we do that? How do we elevate it?
By weaving it into your community or using it to help others, it adds this incredible depth of meaning, which, guess what? Amplifies all those brain benefits even further.
Right, because it adds that purpose element we talked about. Okay, give us some examples.
Well, first, think about how you can share your skills. Let's say you love knitting or crocheting. Fantastic. Instead of just making things for family, what about knitting warm blankets for an animal shelter? Or hats for people experiencing homelessness? Imagine the direct impact.
That's a lovely idea. Tangible warmth.
Exactly. Or maybe you're good with wood. Could you volunteer to build something for a community project? A bookshelf for a literacy program? A ramp for accessibility? Or if you love baking, maybe contribute regularly to a local seniors lunch program or a bake sale for a good cause. When you use your skill to benefit others, it transforms the hobby. It becomes an active contribution. Very satisfying, very purposeful.
It adds a whole new dimension. Okay, sharing skills. What else?
You can teach and mentor. This is incredibly rewarding and brilliant for your own brain too. Explaining something forces you to understand it deeply. Do you have a treasured family recipe?
My grandmother's shortbread. Legendary.
Perfect. Imagine the joy of teaching your grandchild, or maybe a neighbor's teenager, how to make that shortbread. Passing on that skill, sharing the stories that go with it. Or if you're a keen gardener, show someone how to prune roses or start seeds.
Right, sharing the know-how.
Yes, teach someone basic sewing, simple bike repairs, how to play chess, maybe even basic computer skills. Passing on knowledge builds connections, especially across generations. And cognitively, you're using explanation skills, problem solving on the fly if they get stuck, recalling details. It's a fantastic mental workout with heart.
I love that. Teacher learns too. Okay, one more.
Absolutely. And this ties back to social connection. Join a club or group. Find your people. Whatever your interests, chances are there's a group for it. Book clubs are fantastic for stimulating discussion and seeing different viewpoints.
I enjoy mine.
Hiking groups get you outdoors, exercising, exploring, quilting circles, choirs, photography clubs, model railway groups, bridge clubs. The list is endless. These groups provide that instant community.
Right. Combats loneliness.
Hugely. They offer inspiration you learn from others, and they give you that shared purpose, that sense of belonging. It turns a solitary hobby into a shared journey. very powerful for well-being.
So true.
A shared passion really is a bridge to connection. It's such a natural, enjoyable way to meet new people who get excited about the same things you do. You build this supportive network, this community around something you love. That kind of social safety net is priceless for mental and emotional health.
It really is. Okay, this is all fantastic advice. Now let's bring it home. For our listeners right here in beautiful British Columbia, we are so lucky, aren't we?
Yeah.
There are tons of specific opportunities to actually do these things, to explore, to connect, to put passion into practice.
Absolutely. BC is brimming with possibilities. You just need a few pointers on where to look. Let's talk concrete local examples.
Perfect. Where should people start?
Well, let's start with volunteering. It's such a direct way to contribute and stay active. If you enjoy being outdoors, maybe gardening. Community gardens are everywhere. Vancouver, Victoria, Kelowna, Nanaimo, Kamloops, you name it. Volunteering there gets you moving, gets you socializing with other gardeners, connects you with nature. It ticks so many boxes. Plus, many donate produce, adding that purpose layer. Or maybe museums and art galleries. If history or art is your thing, think about volunteering. Places like the Royal BC Museum in Victoria, the Vancouver Art Gallery, or even smaller local museums in places like Nelson or Prince George often need help. You could be a guide great for keeping your mind sharp learning and sharing info. Or just a friendly face greeting visitors. It's intellectually stimulating and very social.
Those are great volunteering ideas. What about learning something new or making things?
Learning and creating. So many options here too. Check out your local community centers. Seriously, these places are hubs. Think of the big centers in Surrey or Kelowna, but also the ones in smaller towns like Squamish or Courtenay. They offer tons of affordable classes for seniors, painting, pottery, line dancing, languages, you name it. It's a fantastic way to learn a skill and meet people in a really welcoming setting. And don't forget the public libraries. BC libraries are amazing resources. Beyond books, they offer free workshops, maybe digital skills, creative writing, genealogy. They host book clubs, discussion groups. It's a fantastic, no-cost way to explore interests, learn, and connect with your community.
Libraries are gold mines, aren't they? Okay, what about getting active outdoors? We have the best backyard for it.
We really do. So, exploring nature. Joining hiking and walking groups is a really popular one. There are groups all over BC catering to different fitness levels. You get exercise, fresh air, stunning scenery, whether it's Stanley Park, trails on Vancouver Island, or up in the Okanagan, and you meet people who love being active outdoors too. Or maybe something gentler. Bird watching is great for focus and observation. Joining a nature photography club. Even just regular beachcombing along the coast. These things get you outside, appreciating nature, which is wonderful for mental calm and focus.
Fantastic practical ideas for BC residents. And here's a quick smart tip for everyone listening. Go to your city or municipality's website. Seriously, just search city of your town name and look for sections like senior programs, recreation, or volunteer opportunities. You'll likely be amazed at what's listed right there in your own community, often very affordable or even free. It's worth a few clicks.
Excellent tip. So that really brings us towards the end of our deep dive today, doesn't it? We've covered a lot of ground, from the science behind why hobbies are so good for our brains, to practical ways to find your passion, and even some local BC resources to get you started.
It's been so insightful, and I truly hope for everyone listening that it's sparked something. Finding that thing that lights you up because you purpose. It really is a personal adventure, isn't it? It's not just about keeping the brain healthy, though that's huge. It's about joy, challenge, connection. Building a life that feels genuinely rich and fulfilling, living vibrantly.
That's the heart of it. By actively choosing to pursue what you love, investing that time and energy, you are taking care of your brain. You're ensuring your sharp mind stays sharp, and your bright future is filled with that purpose, connection, and, yes, joy. It's a wonderful ongoing gift you give yourself.
Absolutely. And if this deep dive resonated with you today, if it sparked an idea or maybe encouraged you to pick up something you let slide, please do us a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps other people find our channel and benefit from these conversations.
That makes a difference.
And most importantly, perhaps, please remember to subscribe to the Lively Later Life channel. And don't forget to click that little notification bell. That way you won't miss our next deep dive in this Sharp Mind, Bright Future series. We've got so much more planned to help you live your later life to the absolute fullest.
We really do. And we would genuinely love to hear from you now. After listening today, what's one thing, maybe a passion, a hobby, a new activity that you're thinking of exploring in the next few weeks? Are you going to check out that pottery class? Volunteer somewhere? Dust off the old guitar?
Ooh, yes.
Tell us.
Let us know in the comments below. Seriously, sharing your plans can be incredibly motivating for others in our lively later life community. Your journey could be the spark someone else needs. That's so true. So until next time, everyone, find your purpose, definitely follow your joy, and keep embracing your lively later life with everything you've got.